Okay, so this week we're going to focus on a few more questions from members. These are mixed from YouTube, Facebook, and of course from our members here on the course. All right, so let's have a look. The first one is, how much should I try to copy what other people are doing? So copy is not really a word that is friendly word in the songwriting or music business, okay? That usually leads to plagiarism. So we're not interested in copying anything or anyone. Now, there's copying, which is basically taking something someone has done and just making a copy of it, duplicating it, maybe repackaging it or just altering it in some small way and calling it our own. That's plagiarism. That is copying, in the full sense of the word. But what top artists and musicians have always done is basically been inspired by others, okay? So there's a huge difference in inspiration and plagiarism. There's a massive difference between these two. Okay, so we need to sort of make sure we can actually, distinguish between these. So when we're talking about inspiration, usually the way that works is, it happens like on a subconscious level. You're not even aware of it. Okay, so you're starting to write songs or, write lyrics in a particular way, and you're being inspired from your influences, artists that you were influenced by and grew up admiring. So these are influences, right? These are, you're drawing inspiration without even knowing it more often than not. But on the course, for those of you that are on the course, we draw inspiration on a conscious level. So we're using a system, a step-by-step system, in order to draw inspiration from those songs that have influenced us and that we love. That's a far cry from copying. And at the end of it, there is really no connection between these two. You can maybe say that, hey, that sort of sounds like something, but that could be true of any influence and any song written by anyone that's been influenced heavily by any kind of music or any artist. Okay, so copying, bad. Inspiration, good. So hopefully that answers that question. All right, next one. Where do I find ideas for a new song? Well, that sort of piggybacks on the previous question with inspiration. Okay, so ideas are everywhere, right? So it doesn't even have to come from artists that you've directly been influenced by. It can come from anywhere. Oftentimes in the past, when I was like stuck and I wasn't sure where to go before I, developed these systems here, when I was starting off especially, I'd get stuck. I'd get writer's block. And I found, and I don't remember if I read this in a magazine somewhere, I came across this somewhere and it worked amazingly. So what the idea here is to get unstuck, to get over that writer's block, I would listen to music, but not music that I was, not in the genre that I was actively writing. Like in my genre, it would be rock, pop rock, that type of thing, right? So I would listen to jazz, okay? I would listen to classical. I would listen to other genres, country, whatever I could get my hands on. It didn't really matter. So I would actually listen to genres outside of what I was doing in order to help me get unstuck and in order to get fresh new ideas. So listen to a jazz song, okay, and see if you can get a piece from there that you can get inspired by. A chord progression that you can incorporate in your writing, whether you're writing country or whether you're writing whatever genre you're writing, find a different genre and see if you can get some inspiration there and get some fresh ideas there. All right, check that out. All right, next one. Does my song need a bridge and or a guitar solo? So that's an easy one. I would definitely say no, it does not need any kind of a solo. So, there was a time where, every song you heard, even some dance songs, Michael Jackson did this with Eddie Van Halen. I think it was Beat It. It had a guitar solo in it, but guitar solos used to be everywhere, okay? So that is no longer the case. To be honest with you, it's the opposite now. So definitely you do not need a guitar solo for a bridge or whatever. I tend to put some in my songs. Of course, I'm a guitarist, so it comes naturally to me to add a solo here and there. What I normally do is I don't really have like solos. I normally have like little flavors here and there. Like I'll add a few things, a couple of notes here, a couple of notes there, just to sort of color the song and give it some character. So that's usually the extent that I'll go to when it comes to guitar solos. Okay? All right, so we'll do one more. Keep these short and sweet. So the last one, the one-on-one power hour, looks interesting, but is it really possible to write a song in 1 hour? So yes, it is possible to write a song in 1 hour, but that is not the point of the power hour. So the power hour, for those of you that don't know, is basically we get together on Google Meets video call where we spend an hour together. Okay, it's a video call. It's live, of course, and we've got our guitars out, or I got my guitar out, but you can have whatever instrument you have out, or no instrument at all. Some people use software. It's all good, whatever the case may be. And for that 1 hour, we write a song. But writing a complete song with lyrics, okay, is unlikely in the span of 1 hour. Has it happened? Yes, it has happened to me. It is rare, though, to get a full song in 1 hour, melody and lyrics. Melody, yes. Melody can happen much quicker than 1 hour. And you'll find, for those of you that get on this thing with me at some point, that the melodic line will usually come pretty quick, especially the way that I have this set up. I have you guys fill out a form before we get on the video call, and so I'll get your top favorite songs, your top 3 favorite songs, a subject of what you want to talk about, and this way, I give myself a week, so you can't book before 1 week, and I give myself some time to sort of prepare for the session and basically get some ideas together. So melodically and lyrically here and there, but mostly melodically. So melodically, the ideas will come pretty quickly. Doesn't take that long. It can, but usually it doesn't. What takes longer is lyrics, especially if you're writing about something that's important to you. And that's usually the case I have found with the Power Hour. It's people that want to write a song for a loved one. They want to write a song about a special event that has happened in their lives, whether good or bad. It's usually something personal. And when it's something personal, it does take time. Why? Because you want to get everything perfect, right? This is something that is important to you. So you want to make sure that all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed. The message is exactly the way that you want it to be. So 1 hour is not realistic. So with this question, is it really possible to write a song in 1 hour? It is possible, but that is not the point of the Power Hour. So with the Power Hour, we get the melodic line. In other words, we get our structure together. We get our, our intro, verse, bridge, chorus, whatever the parts are for the song. We get the melodic line for the song, which is a big deal. So we get all that worked out, and then we start working on the lyrics. Usually the first half hour is the melodic line, and the second half hour we work on the lyrics. And so with the lyrics, we start working and hashing out these ideas. And I make sure that before we get off the call, that you have a very solid, foundation there in order to continue writing this song. So you understand the syllables and all the, how the writing process goes with the lyrics. And of course, I'm always there. The reality of the situation is that I'm always there, especially now, this thing is just getting started. I do still have time, whether it's on Messenger, you can send me a message, whether it's on email, through the website, and I respond fairly quickly. And I love helping people. So I've been doing that on Facebook for quite a while, and it's something I'm really passionate about, especially, people that are, keen on writing songs and, they just want to write. It's an amazing experience. So, and I benefit from that as well. So it's really great. But anyway, I hope that answered that question and the rest of them. And yeah, so until next time, I really appreciate you guys and keep the questions coming. It's really great. I love it. I try to do them weekly. Of course, we just had New Year's and all that stuff and come through. So there's been a bit of delay with the weekly. It hasn't really been weekly, but bear with me. It won't always be weekly. I'll try my best to squeeze everything in. So anyway, until next time, take care of yourselves.